It's Scandinavian Bob here coming at you today with a video on social anxiety. In this video I want to talk about why facing your fears actually can backfire and be bad for you. But before I continue, be sure to press subscribe as I will upload several videos with tools, tricks and exactly how to deal with social anxiety in the near future, and I don't want you to miss out on that. Now then, having had a lot of personal experience with social anxiety in my years, I have been, and quite frankly I still am, a bit annoyed at the so-called anxiety gurus on the internet just hammering the advice, you have to face your fears! No matter how bad it feels, you have to go! Exposure therapy, you know. You are going to go to the party no matter how anxious you are, and by going you will notice that there are actually nothing to be scared of there. And so the next time you go, you will no longer have any anxiety issues. Oh boy, where to start? People who give those kinds of advice obviously have not had real social anxiety themselves. Here's the deal. I'm not saying that we shouldn't face our fears, and I'll get into that in a moment, but the advice that no matter how anxious we are, we should expose ourselves to our fears is not really constructive. Imagine your anxiety levels on a scale from 1 to 100, with 1 being super cool, relaxed and chill, and 100 is a full-blown panic attack. Now, if you're having a really bad day and you force yourself into a social situation that will put your anxiety about, say, 85, and you'll stay for a while and experience terrifying anxiety and you are bombarded with negative thoughts and you just feel very uncomfortable, the feeling persists and you leave. Okay, so what we now have done is, in essence, we have been teaching our brain and nervous system that that particular social situation is indeed very awful, scary, and impossible to handle. So now the fear is just more imprinted in your nervous system. This is the problem with those advices. Now, to be fair, this doesn't have to happen every time we try to take on a very scary situation. And in fact, sometimes we just have to do it because we have to go places. But in general, when it comes to practicing facing our fears, we should choose our battles wisely. And we should be careful what we are teaching our brain and nervous system. Imagine that anxiety scale once again, and instead go practice on situations that are on a, say, 10 to 50 level, or I'd say 60 to be the absolute max. Now we actually are closing in on the fear from a position of strength instead from a position of absolute dread. There is nothing wrong with practicing exposure therapy on a situation that is only about 15 on the anxiety level, because now we quickly get more comfortable with that, and this teaches our nervous system that we can actually handle it. And in turn, that means in a few days or a few weeks, that situation that was a 15 is now becoming a 10, and then a 5, and down to a 3, and so on. And so now we can take on a new situation that is about 15 to 20 on the anxiety level and practice on that. And by going at it like this, now we are actually getting somewhere instead of reinforcing our fears. So, take a pen and a piece of paper and write down everything you find scary and where on the anxiety level that situation is. In other words, put a number from 1 to 100 after every situation you write down. Then start going after the ones from 10 to 50, depending on how you feel that day. And remember, there is nothing wrong with staying home from a party if you are having a really bad day. It does not mean that you are lazy. It means that you are choosing your battles. And that is exactly what you should do. Choose your battles wisely and don't listen to the internet gurus that tell you that you have to go and that you will have a good time. Okay, rants over for today. Remember to subscribe as I will be back with tools and tricks to help with social anxiety shortly. In the meantime, you can go to my website for more anxiety tools as there are a lot of them over there. Just type in www.naturalhealthevolution.com into your URL address bar and go read about them. It's 100% free. I can put a link to my website under this video as well for you to click on. As I said, you can find a lot of tips on how to deal with anxiety and fear over there. Alright, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Stay strong and I'll see you guys in the next video.